A very good evening to one and all. It's my honor itself to honor this beautiful audience and our prestigious speakers. I, Ruby Gill, welcome you all on the behalf of Lovely Professional University to today's webinar on the topic Education Programs and Career Options After 12th. But before we commence, I would like to introduce our speakers of the day. Dr. Vijay Kumar, Professor and Deputy Dean, School of Education, Lovely Professional University. He has experience of 20 years in the field of education. He has published 116 research papers in renowned journals and books and presented 35 papers in national and international conferences and seminars. Research area is mainly focused on emotional intelligence, self-regulated learning strategies, socially disadvantaged groups, bullying, teacher self-efficacy, effectiveness, academic monitoring, and motivation. He has guided more than 75 master dissertations and 7 PhD theses. Sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us. Thank you so much for joining. Likewise, I would like to welcome our expert, Dr. Gaurav Singh, Senior Assistant Professor, School of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Doctorate in Teacher Education and Gold Medalist in PGDDE has a very rich profile. He was the channel coordinator of Swayam Prabha Channel 32 Teacher Education from July 2016 till July 2020 and currently Channel 20 SOUs and Teacher Education. He has been very instrumental in research when it comes in education. To his credit, he has more than 30 research publications and 40 plus book chapters in national and international journals. Also, he has recorded lectures and developed content for MOOC courses. Nearly 35,000 learners have been benefited from his courses. So talking about awards and recognitions, he is recipient of Commonwealth of Learning AAOU Fellowship 2018 by COL Vancouver, Canada. Silver Medal awardee of Best Practices by Asian Association of Open Universities, Vietnam, and received Distinguished Distance Educator Award by National Institute of Open Schooling, Noida. I'm falling short of words for you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. Further, we have with us the most appropriate person to discuss about admission process at LPU. I welcome Ms. Rachna Bajaj, Senior Assistant, Lovely Professional University. She will provide you a detailed information about eligibility, fee, scholarship, and infrastructure of the university. So attendees, be with us till the end of the session as you will be saving a lot of money after hearing her. So Vijay sir, over to you. Please start with the content of the day.
Thank you, Ruby, for giving the nice introduction for the guests. Thank you. So I will be talking about the discipline that after 10+2, what we are having for you as a career. So if we talk about the teaching as a career, now this is a career which is becoming in the long run a very lucrative and a kind of a fulfilling kind of a career, which helps the individual to see his output in terms of the humans, those who are doing the jobs in different sectors of the country or the world. And as a result, one feels satisfied at the end of the career that I have something contributed to the mainstream or to the humanity. So if we talk about the market, so there are in the present scenario, there are different sectors that are working in the education sector as which are teachers either in higher education or in the school education. Now talking specifically in terms of the school education, we are having the private as well as the government institutions, and the salary structures are going beyond lakhs to crores. So that's the where the one aspect which was earlier said, the teaching is not the a career oriented in terms of money. So that is also not the that is the myth now. So this is the scenario that we have coming in the present thing. Now everybody who is going to become the teacher has to have a qualification, what we called as the teacher eligibility test, and he can act as a trained graduate teacher, what we call as TGT and PGT, or what we can call as postgraduate teacher. Now these all things are very important in terms of that how we go into the teaching, what we decide about our career in the long run. Now, if I talk about the pandemic, we have seen there are a lot of the things that have gone changed. So one aspect of that was that we have seen the unlimited growth of the edtech sector. The online education companies like Byju's, Unacademy, Vedantu, Topper, Textbook.com, Topper. Now, these all companies had come in the education space of India. And as a result, today, the learner is having the scope that he can think about of learning not only from the school in the physical mode, but also he can have the help from the tutors from different edtech companies. So we have seen a lot of encouraged investment in this sector from the 2014 to 2019, and as a result, after 2000, after the pandemic has come in, the Indian edtech market has, which was $3.5 billion, has increased, and as a result of that, but we have the users has also increased. As a result, it has reached up to 90 million. So this is the one aspect, and as a also the infrastructural aspect, if we talk about, we have seen the number of users in who are using the internet has increased, number of the paid users has also increased, the time limit of every internet user, that has also gone up by 50%. So as a result, we are finding in the edtech space is also growing very fast. So one of the area after doing the 4-year integrated program will be to go for the edtech sector. There is a amount of the investments that is going on in this sector. You can have a look from the slide that in 2017 there were only 41 deals going in, mounting the $191 million. But by 2021, the number of deals that has grown in every year has gone up to 75, but the amount has reached to $3,772 million. So that is the speed at which the edtech sector is growing. So this is the one way where we have to be vigilant that this is the one area of career that we can go after pursuing the B.Ed or B.A. integrated programs. Now, if I talk about in terms of the words of the principals, so one of the principal from the Great Wood High School, Hyderabad, published in the Economic Times, has given his viewpoint in terms of that edtech is going to enable the things of the NEP that are there, and as a result, the jobs and skills that will be requiring will be going to change, and this edtech sector is going to make those children as skilled in terms of the industry that is required. Now, pandemic has resulted into the closing of everything, the close of institutions, no connect between the students. There is lot of seclusion was there among the learners, but your university was still open, and it was the online learning was done with the help of the my class software, and as a result, the continuous learning was conducted by the School of Education for all its learner. During this period, we have conducted even the internship in online mode, wherein the students have cultivated their online teaching skills by using the PowerPoints, creating videos, audios into, and has been able to do the internship which might not have been possible with many of the other institutions. They have also learned for the virtual collaboration using the Edtech tools, wherein they were using Adobe Premiere Pro, video editor or video maker in short, or movie maker, in order to perform some kind of tasks that include role playing as part of the one course, playing group dramas, similarly creating documentaries. So those kind of things have also been done through virtual collaborations. The practical training has also been given in the online mode, and as a result, the replacement of the physical things has been tried, and also the online platforms have been used to train the practical courses. For example, Fedena have been used for the school management, the SPSS for the analysis part. Similarly, the Google Form, G-Power for the statistics part, for the data collection, etc., has been permitted to the students to go for. Similarly, apart from the classroom learning, the extra learning that the individuals have to take in terms of extracurricular activities, the connect with the community, the university has, or the department has, always connected with many NGOs, and the students have been able to do the task online. The community project through online with the Edu-Mest, Shiv Education Society, Goonj, Pahal, and presently also and in future also these things will be going on. And if we talk about the infrastructure at the department, there is an inspiring learning ecosystem that's existed, which includes computer labs, language lab, yoga lab, psychology resource center, science and mathematics resource center, research resource center, IET and oblique ICT resource center. If I talk about the library of the department, we have the databases of JGate, EBSCO, Gister, Springer, and EPWRF, which is a inclusion of many books, which include e-journals more than 123, e-books more than 1,49,252. And if I talk about physical presence of the books, the library has 26,540 books. There are 16 journals coming in, 7 newspapers and 1 weekly newspapers is coming to the library. There is a sitting capacity for 100 persons, and also there is a digital section in the library wherein you can scroll through the intranet as well as the books available throughout the university in different libraries with the help of the online system. If I talk about the department in brief, the department was established in 2003, and in the recent years we have 300 plus CTET, STET qualified students. 300 plus students have been placed in the government jobs till date. 400 plus internship, case studies, action research were done. 20 plus conferences and workshops have been organized. 225 plus research publications have been undertaken in the Scopus and UGC care list journals. 200 plus live projects have been conducted by the students. 7,000 plus students has passed out. 50 plus international students had been part of this department, and 75 plus PhD scholars are presently working under various guides for their PhD work. Now, talking about the EdTech sector where I had started with, these were the students of some previous years, those who have been there in the Vedantu, Unacademy, Topper, Baiju, Textbook, Stones to Milestones, Swift Learn, Baiju's, etc. So these have already our students are there who are acting as the online tutors, teachers, and the subject matter experts. This is the proud moment for us is that the 2022 batch, 80% of the students had qualified the CTET. These are some of the pictures of the students, those who have qualified the CTET. And this is the picture of the 2021 CTET qualified student. Now, talking about the rankings of the university, we have been ranked continuously on highest parameters. And if I talk about in terms of Atal ranking on innovation, we have been placed at number 3 in the self-financed category. The Times Higher Education Impact Factor Global Ranking 2021 has placed the LPU among the top 200 globally and second in India. In NRF, LPU is among the top 100 Indian universities and colleges, and Z News ranking has placed LPU as the 11th best university in placements. The department has a vision to be internationally renowned top-ranking teacher education school for providing outcome-based and research-oriented education, along with competencies to develop higher-order thinking, life skills, and entrepreneurship to groom global professionals with the capacity for transformational leadership. To achieve this vision, the mission to accomplish are to prepare competent global educators and teacher educator trainers through pedagogical innovation, internship, and industry collaboration to ensure that they are capable of appropriately instructing, mentoring, motivating students in a multicultural environment. To train educators to develop higher order thinking and delivering outcome-based education. Thirdly, to build research capabilities to address contemporary issues of teaching learning through impactful research and research. Number 4, incorporating digital technology in the teaching learning process through the use of softwares for presentation and research. Number 5, to groom transformational leaders and edupreneurs through activities and opportunities aimed at the holistic development. Now, department has the recognition of the NCT for all the programs of NCT for B.Ed, B.Ed, BA, B.Ed integrated, BSc, B.Ed integrated, etc. And similarly for M.Ed also. And we are the proud members for Global Educational Research Association, All India Association for Educational Research, as well as the Indian Science Congress Association. The department is presently offering integrated BA, B.Ed, integrated BSc, B.Ed, B.Ed, integrated B.Ed, M.Ed, M.Ed, MA education, and the PhD programs at present. If I talk about the core strengths of the department, our department is focused on technology usage to make graduates future ready, particularly for the e-learning industry. We are exposing students to the softwares for research as well as on school management. The curriculum of postgraduate programs are mapped with the UGC NET curriculum, as well as the graduate program curriculum is mapped with the CTET and the state TET curriculum, as well as our special courses and training sessions are there for making students eligible and apply or qualify for the state as well as the center teacher eligibility exams, for which we are giving more than 3,000 plus MCQ practice to them. The active assistant is being given to arrange internships with stipend and the placements, and also active guidance is given for facilitating the research publication by the students in the Scopus as well as in UGC Care listed journals. To make the students ready for the Edtech profiles, we have the instructional designing course, workshop on e-content development, e-learning resource development courses. At present, we have the industrial tie-up with Trell for story writing and the video production skills, along with the University of Lodz, which is in Poland, is also having the association with us, and the tie-up MOU is in progress. We have the careers. If after passing out, the department is focusing on different careers as teaching, online educators, instructional designing, content writing, storyboard writing, educational consultant, YouTuber, test developer, textbook writer. Now, these are the different roles that you have to think about to go for. If I talk about the placements that we have been able to achieve, at present, the 5 lakh highest salary package has been achieved by our students. Similarly, 15,000 monthly internship stipend has also been achieved by our students. Then 10 plus students are working in Edtech companies. 20 plus students are going on the OJT things. Then talking about the placements of the present batch, we have many students have been placed in different areas from where they have got their salaries beyond 20,000 to 40,000, and as a result you are able to see the pics of these people, those who are placed. These are all your seniors of 2022 passing out batch. These are the alumni, those who are working as the TGT or PGT of the previous batches in different private schools as in private schools, and these are the alumni which are working in the government sector. Now, major recruiters, those who have come to the department for the placement, include Vedantu, Byju's, Unacademy, Topper, Textbook.com, GT Goenka, then Shri Krishna Pranami, Delhi Public School, Ivy World, Cambridge International, Mount Litera, Sanskriti International Public School, Eklavya International, Shri Krishna Pranami, DCM schools, APJ schools, etc. The alumni working in government sector are, these are the some of the glimpses of those working in the government sector. Talking about the research highlights, we have at present 75 plus PhD scholars working with us. There are 225 plus research paper publications in Scopus and UGC Care. 400 plus internship case studies and action research have been conducted. 20 plus conferences workshop has been conducted, and 2 patents have been granted to the department for some reasons. And talking about the research and innovations, these are some of the glimpses of the publications in the SSR Times magazine, the seminars, conferences, the patents, as well as the conferences and workshops organized by the department. The department have the diverse community. And if I talk about the students from all the 25 plus states has been the part of the department, as also the students from 10 plus countries has been part of the campus of the Department of Education. Now, talking about the foreign students participation, these are some of the glimpses, the participation in the rallies, in the awareness drives, visit to the schools, visit to the industry, and doing the practical work. The Central Teacher Eligibility Test of 2022, we have 15 students from B.Ed, we have 10 students from BA B.Ed, 3 students from B.Ed MN, and 28 students in total who had qualified the Central Teacher Eligibility Test out of the 32 those who have appeared. Then these are some of the star alumni, which include Upma Mahajan, who is working as principal, as well as he has got many awards from the national central government as well as from the state government. Similarly, is the another is the Rupali Sandeep Saini. She's also the Cambridge principal. She has also received the APJ Abdul Kalam Outstanding Principal Award. Now, these are our social handles, social media handles, which you can scroll through, which you can see through to be updated from the activities that we are conducting on various fronts. And these are on Facebook, on Instagram, on the Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Everywhere you will be finding some of the news coming in on frequent basis on within 2 to 3 days every time. So this is all from my side, Ruby, to for the students giving the discipline orientation presentation. Now over to you for the further proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an engaging and yet informative presentation. And now I would like to request Dr. Gaurav Singh to please share his views with attendees so that they get informative information for their future.
Thank you, Ruby. And Sir Vijay has done a lot of uh, discussion. So my job is quite easy now because he has elaborated a lot of things. And I was happy to see that how LPU is growing, because I have visited that university almost 11 years back, once only. So, but I'm aware of that the university is doing very good in the field, not only in teacher education, but almost in all the disciplines. And it is one of the emerging universities in the country, so everyone know about it. Congratulations to all of you. Your hard work basically shines a lot. What the topic is today, basically, that what are the career options after 10+2 in education? Actually, if we see, there has been a paradigm shift in the whole education sector in last 5-10 years, and specifically in last 2 years, everything has drastically changed. In our times, when we were entering into the system, there were only 2 or 3 options. Either we can go for a Kendriya Vidyalaya examination, or a Navodaya Vidyalaya entrance test, or a TGT PGT, which is being organized by a state government. And when we came out, there was a phase where in the primary sector some jobs have emerged in certain states in the terms of basis BTC and all that. So that was the only option available for the teachers after doing B.Ed at that time. But if you compare that time with the present time, the things have changed a lot. And there are many reasons. The first and foremost reason is that at our time, most of the schools were the government schools, though private schools were there. Now more than 65% schools in the school sector are from the private sector. They are not from the government sector. So they have overpowered the government system, number one. Second, no one was visualizing in 80s or 90s or even in 2000 that something like Edtech will emerge in this big way, and the companies about which Vijay Kumar ji is talking, whether it is Byju's or it is Vedantu or other companies, they will come into the market and they will capture the market. Last year I was at SNDT Mumbai, and SNDT Mumbai runs a very innovative program called MA in e-learning. They offer only 25 seats in their program. This is a face-to-face program, and all 25 students get selected and get job even in their third semester or fourth semester, because edtech companies require them. The role of teacher has changed a lot, and with the technological interventions it is changing again. Earlier the teacher was the content provider in the classroom. Now teacher is no more the content provider, because content is already available in the market, in the Google, in the web pages, everywhere the content is there. So the role of teacher has changed. Now what a teacher is doing, now the teacher is basically a facilitator. The teacher is the authenticator of the content or the content developer. So when such roles are changing, definitely the career options are changing. This is the one thing. The second change which we have witnessed recently, and even after National Education Policy 2020, that the whole education sector, especially in the school education, is going to change into 5+3+3+4 model, and similarly the teacher education will change. Just few days back there was a notification, if I'm not wrong it was 3rd or 4th May, from the NCT, that now all 4-year programs will be only ITEP programs. Even the RIEs which were offering their teacher training programs in 4-year for the years have been asked to convert themselves within a year into ITEP program, and they have deleted 2 annexures from their approved list, and only one 4-year program will exist in the country, that is called ITEP, Integrated Teacher Education Program. Now they are going to pilot it into the government institution 50+, and already 756 or something number of the institutions are there which are already offering the 4-year program. So the future belongs to the 4-year program. Earlier, after 10+2 there were less options. After graduation there were more options, because B.Ed was booming at that time, and into the B.Ed students were coming generally after graduation. But now, as the policy is saying that after 2030 there will be only 4-year program, till 2030 some 2-year program or 1-year program may coexist. It will give a window to convert the institution or to get ready to the institution to offer the 4-year integrated program. So the future belongs to 4-year integrated program in the country. The second change which NEP has suggested, at present India is producing at least 10 times teachers every year more than the requirement. In a statement, the last chairperson NCT said that India is producing around 20 lakh teachers in a year, but the country requires around 1.8 to 2 lakh teachers in a year. So the mushrooming was there. Now with this notification few days back, in one go around 8,000 institutions have been declared to be zero session in the country. So 8,000 institutions of teacher education this year are no more. This number is going to come down again, because whoever have filled their PAR, those PAR are going to be reviewed in next 3 months, and I'm sure that only 4 to 5,000 or maximum 6,000 teacher education institution will remain in this country. Then who will survive? The institution which will provide quality will survive. I recall Milton Friedman, a Nobel laureate in the field of economics, and once he said that when the free economy works, in one time any industry booms up, then come to the saturation, and after saturation only those sustain which provides quality. We have seen in all the fields. We have seen in the engineering colleges the same scenario. There was a boom of the management colleges. We have seen the boom of the B.Ed colleges. What is happening in many colleges now? Marriage halls are there, not a single student is there. So one thing, the number of institutions are going to come down, so only the institutions will provide the quality, they will sustain. Second, now the student who are coming to the teacher education, they will not look forward only for the government job or only for the Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya, TGT or Ashram Vidyalaya exam. There are multiple options available for you. as Vijayji was showing in one slide very categorically, that now there are the roles like instructional designers, there are the roles like content creators, there are the roles like presenters, there are roles like e-tutors, there are roles like counselors, there are roles like trainers, there are many test developers. At present, what I'm watching at NTA, I should not expose the situation, but the situation is that NTA is struggling to find the question paper makers at present, because they have to conduct the CUCT within 2 months in 27 subjects. They have to create around 4 to 5 lakh questions within 15 to 20 days. Who will create those questions? The teachers will create those questions. Out of the India, there are many fields and there are many programs, not only in the teacher education, but also in the education also. You can see the MA in curriculum development is there, MA in instructional designing is there, MA in e-learning are there. So many such innovative programs are, though in India, such programs are not much popular at present, because whenever someone is coming to the teacher education, most of them generally look forward after getting a degree from teacher education to get absorbed into a government system, into a primary school, into a secondary school. This is the traditional thinking of our country, but the present market has changed it. If you are a good instructional designer, any company can take you, whether it is Vedantu, whether it is Vizag, and many such companies will emerge in the coming future. If you are a good content creator, you do not require any company. You can start your own channel. You can earn a lot. If you are innovative, you can create the content. For that, there are certain skills which are required into a teacher, which we call 21st century skill, which we call e-skills, or whatever skills are there. When we talk about those e-learning skills or ICT skills which are required into the future teacher, who will inculcate those skills? Those skills will be developed by the good institutions with good infrastructure. So suppose if you choose an institution to get a degree of teacher education, but that institution is not having good infrastructure, not having good computer lab, not having good interactive teaching learning environment, not having the facility or the faculty who can train you how to teach in online environment, then what will be the output? When you will go to the market, even a private school will not be able to take you. So to develop those skills, you need to choose an institution which has all those things which are required for the future. Another change which is coming into the teacher education at present, specifically for the younger ones. When this 4-year ITEP was proposed, a lot of hue and cry was there that students will be at a very tender age. How can they decide after 10+2 that they will be teacher? If a student can decide he can be a doctor after 10+2, if a student can decide he can be an engineer after 10+2, if a student can decide I can make a career in the law after 10+2, because in all such degrees you are getting admission after 10+2, then why not in teacher education? Why can't a person decide I want to teacher? Why teacher should always be like कि कुछ नहीं बन पाए तो आप teacher बन पाएंगे? So that period has gone now. After 10+2, if you want to come into the teaching, you have to come. Two major changes which NEP is suggesting will basically shape the future of teacher education in the country. When ITEP has been suggested, in future the ITEP will decide that at what level you will teach. You will teach at primary level, you will teach at pre-primary level, you will teach at middle level or foundation level, or you will teach at the secondary level. And the NEP is suggesting that there will be no vertical mobility. What is the present situation? A person do B.Ed, enter into a government system in a primary school, keep on preparing for TGT. Then when he got a job in TGT, keep on preparing for PGT. Who will teach to the students? So what NEP is suggesting that in future, the salary structures will be same at all the 4 cadres. So whether you are a TGT or you are a primary teacher or you are a postgraduate teacher and teaching 12th class, there will be no salary difference. The salaries will be same. And if you want to jump from primary to senior secondary or primary to secondary, there will be no salary increment for you. Because if you enter into a system, there will be options of the career progression within that system. So you may get a number of promotion opportunities within one system, but the jump from one system to another system will not bring any monetary benefit to you. If this will be implemented, it will be a drastic change in the country, though in Nordic countries, such provisions are already there. In most of the Nordic countries, you all know that the salary is associated with your qualification, not the level at which you are teaching. So even if a PhD is teaching at the primary school, he will get the salary equivalent to assistant professor of a university. That is there because your qualification matters. So that change is the future of the country. One more industry is emerging. It is not only NTA. At present, a lot of online testing companies are emerging. They are not only making tests or quizzes, they are basically providing the complete testing solutions. In India, the biggest company in the market is TCS. TCS ION, TCS Eon is the biggest test maker in the country at present. And almost all the big cities have their testing centers with a capacity of 100 to 1500 computers. So in online testing, the companies like TCS Eon, if there are other companies will come. So that will again a new career perspective for the students after becoming a 10 after entering into the teacher education after 10+2. So what I am visualizing that in future there is again another possibility that a student who is doing a 4-year integrated teacher education program may get an opportunity to have some specialized program after that into a particular domain. So what I am visualizing at present that though the 4-year integrated teacher education program will remain the basic degree to enter into the teaching profession, but in future there will be certain short-term programs of 6 months to 1 year duration which will give you or which will train you specifically into different skills. If you want to become an instructional design, come and join my instructional design course. If you want to become a test maker, come and join my assessment course. If you want to become an online content creator, come and join my course, which is teaching to you how to create the content, how to create the video, how to do the storyboarding and all that. So along with ITEP, such courses will also have the future, and those courses will emerge. And these are there. It is not. I'm not talking that there is nothing exists. A lot of such programs exist in the international market. Even in the online courses, a lot of such courses are there. Even I'm offering a course for the African countries to the Guyana faculty. So all the faculty of the Guyana University of West Indies, those are my students, and I'm teaching them instructional design as a course in online mode. So I'm offering them a 4-month course on instructional design because they are teachers, but they don't know how to create instruction, how to develop online content, how to write SLM. So for that, they need a course. So because the policy is again saying that only after getting a 4-year degree and entering into a job, it will not be a secured job. You have to earn minimum 50 hours of continuous professional development every year. So in which areas those continuous professional development will be given and who will provide the continuous professional development? Only NISTA cannot solve the problem. Only NISTA cannot solve the problem. NISTA caters only to the government sector, which is around 45 lakh teachers. But in primary education or in the elementary education or the students which are entering after 10+2, the number of teachers in country is around 91 lakh. So who will cater rest 45 lakh teachers in the country? Those who are teaching into the private sector. We will cater to those students, those teachers who will be our students. So in teacher education, both prospects are there. Good career prospects to enter into a 4-year teacher training program, decide at what level you want to do, develop your specialization and enter into the system. Government system will also open the ways, and the policy is clearly saying that in the coming year, maybe by 2023, every year there will be a need analysis and every state will be asked that how many vacancies are there in your state. The number of vacancies will be calculated and only those much seats will be advertised in the entrance test for ITEP. So suppose in a year, if country requires only 1.5 lakh teachers, so only 1.5 lakh seats will be advertised to admission into the ITEP program. So that the students who will do ITEP will get a job security. Because the challenge with the ITEP is that at the present system, if a student is entering into a plain graduate program, after doing the graduation, he or she is having a number of options. But when they will enter into the ITEP, they will be trained to become a teacher from the day one. But suppose if some of the students who have entered into the ITEP after completion of their program have not developed the essential skills to be a teacher. So what will they do? Where will they go? They don't have much career options after that. So to avoid that, what policy is saying and NTA is trying to do is this CUCT, you will see this year first time CUCT is being going to organize even for 4-year teacher training programs also. So NTA has already announced. Many central universities have given their consent. I don't know LPU has given not, but many central universities have given their consent to NTA. Then they will take admission in their 4-year teacher training program after the NTA examination. And I know the quality of questions are being prepared. So we are going to make entry tough. Seats will be reduced so that only eligible and good quality students after 10+2 enter into the teaching profession. And when they come out with the degree, they are not without the job. That is the main intention of the whole NEP and whole exercise of ITEP, which is going on at present in the country. After this, 2 new changes are still on the way. They are not they have not been announced yet properly, but in teacher education I am visualizing that these 2 are also going to impact a lot. One organization which is going to set up into the national education policy is National Educational Technology Forum, NETF. NETF will be the apex body for Edtech in the country. It will guide, it will disseminate, it will research, it will decide the curriculum, everything NETF will do. Fortunately, I was the part of the team who prepared the whole document, that how NETF will work, what will be the verticals, who will be there. So though I cannot open everything, but I'm sure that when NETF document will be published and it will come into the public domain, you will see that there will be only one solution provider in the country for private as well as government sector institution, that will be NETF, and NETF will not be a regulatory body. It will not do any inspection, it will not do any regulation. They will just do research, collect the best practices, and disseminate the information to the schools and teacher colleges to integrate the cutting edge technology or the future technology into the teacher training, because that is the future. I was 2 years back in the Vietnam and I visited a school there. It was a primary school. Every student in the class was sitting with wearing a headgear, and whole class was a virtual classroom. Whole class was in the virtual reality setup. That is also in the future. So are we able to train our students, the budding teachers, the teachers who are coming to the ITP or teacher training program, to take those challenges of augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence? So these are the new changes which are coming to the curriculum. The curriculum will be rolled out within 15-20 days. A new curriculum is coming. So the all 4-year teacher training programs have to now follow that curriculum. Fortunately, I have seen that curriculum. So I can say with a full confidence that at present, the traditional teacher training curriculum is going to be abolished completely. And the whole new structure is coming. Just wait for 15-20 days. The teacher education in the country is going to change. The second body is coming, IUCTE, which already has been announced 5 years back, but it was almost dysfunctional. Now this time it is become functional. Its head office is at Banaras. The building is ready there, Inter-University Consortium for Teacher Education. First time there will be a body which will regulate the teacher training of higher education faculty. There was no body to regulate the teacher training of higher education faculty. Many teachers who are coming to the higher education, they are coming only with the MSc PhD or MAd PhD net or MCOM PhD net, but they are not having any exposure to the teacher education or the andragogy or the pedagogy. So that is also a new change. And when such bodies are coming, who will go there? You people will go there. Those who learn the new system, they will run the new system, not the old guards like us. So I think this is enough from my side at present. If there will be any question, I will be happy to respond to that.
Thank you so much, sir. So there's a question from Isha Daya that what is the futuristic scope of choosing these courses in education?
I think we have all talked about only the future, that in future the role of the teacher is going to change. So if a student is coming at present to a 4-year teacher training program like ITEP, or at present, I think this session, the old institutions are allowed to continue with the old syllabus. And from 2030, they need to jump into a new system. But whatever situation is there, 4 year is the enough time to develop essential skills to become a teacher. Not only the teaching skills, but also the content development skills, the ICT skills, and all those. So if you are entering at present into a 4-year teacher training program, I'm sure that after 4 years, when you will come out with your degree, you will be able to cope up the challenges of the education industry, not only into the government sector, but also you will be able to tap the opportunities into the private sector, which are more diverse at present, what I can see.
Yes, I might have heard about a famous quote, a famous line that I want to share with you all. The teachers are the backbone of any country, the pillar upon which all the aspirations are converted into realities. So I believe we should go for this course if you want to change the world. Thank you so much, Gaurav sir. And there's another question from Rahul Pinhas. Vijay sir, I would like you to please enlighten us about with this. That the question is, how are the placements done in LPU and what is the process?
Since you are joining 4-year integrated program, in this program, in the third year of your program, you are going to choose for the placement option, that where you want to go for, and from there onwards we will start the training for you, what we call as the professional enhancement program. That professional enhancement program will enable you for preparing your honing your communication skills. That will enable you to prepare your video resumes, the other curriculum vitae, and that will also help you to know about the different organizations that are going to come for the placement at the LPU, and as a result of that you are going to prepare yourself for that. So this is the way that how we proceed from third year. It is the 2 semesters. Your sixth semester, you will be having the trainings, and similarly in your 7th semester, you will all again going to have the trainings for your placement sessions. And by the 8th semester, you will be definitely going for some kind of placement wherever you will be able to get it. So that is the options available, because if the last semester you are having your schools, your any of the industry that you get placed, you can have the option of going for on the job training. So that is the support that the university provides, and it is a facilitation at every level, from the start to prepare to the execution level, where you will be joining the industry, either the school as teacher or as subject matter expert or content creator, whatever the profiles that will be available for the placement. So the in your final 7th semester and the 8th semester, the companies will start coming in, either they are group of chains of schools or etc.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope the students get a satisfactory answer out of it, and now you know how to proceed in right direction. So there's another question that is from Vidhi Chopra. She's asking that what is the best way that with this course we approach the industry? How I want to stand out of the crowd. So please tell me how can I do this?
Sir would like to answer.
Yeah, why not? No doubt. It's good that students are, eager to become, to stand out of the crowd even before entering into the system. So that reflects that they are very much enthusiastic, and I must say that please retain this enthusiasm continuous for next 4 years, so that after that you will get a system. Actually, ICT has opened, the whole panorama. Earlier, the teachers were considered into a very traditional roles, whether it was a classroom teacher or a government school teacher or a school teacher. That was the enough. So you get a job, you absorb into a school, nobody knows except the students to whom you are teaching around you that you are a teacher or not. Even then another school teacher is not knowing that you are also a teacher. Yes, if you are a tutor and you are a famous tutor, you may have 100 or 200 students, but not more than that. But this ICT has given you an opportunity. Then if you are an innovative teacher, if you are creating content with quality, you can reach to thousands and millions of the students. I'm giving you one example, which is very famous example in the education sector, Professor H.C. Verma of physics. Whoever had studied physics, they have studied the fundamental of physics by H.C. Verma. In the country, it is like Bible of the physics. But very few were knowing who is H.C. Verma. They were reading their book. So what he did after retirement, 2 years back, he started his YouTube channel for the 6th, 7th and 8th class students, just to explain the fundamentals of science in a very, very easy way. At present, I think 4 or 5 million students in the country are following his channel. And he is earning whatever he has not earned in his whole life into IIT. But he continuously worked. He made his space even at that time when there was no media, there was no internet, there was no, YouTube. He did a lot of hard work even in the book writing at that time. That's why his book was standing out of the crowd, in your words. At present, you can see a number of teachers, even from the government primary schools, that they are doing wonders, and by using ICT, they are making their space in the country. I was as the jury last month in the NCRT. NCRT conducts a function called All India Audio Video Educational Festival. 750 entries were there from across the country. And I have seen that most of the entries were not only from the government sector, but from the private teachers. Teachers have developed apps, teachers have developed scratch files, teachers have developed chatbots, teachers have developed interactive media, teachers have developed interactive quizzes, teachers have developed interactive magazines, and many new content they have created. So if your creativity will sustain, you will get your chance and people will definitely know you. Don't worry, the technology has given you to all those tools.
Thank you so much, sir. And sir, as you were discussing about Professor H.C. Verma, sir, so you will glad to know that he visited our university in 2019 and interacted with our students and shared his insights and information among the students. So we are very lucky to have him over here. So the session was on education program and its career options after 12th. Experts, your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful evening for all the attendees. So on behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information provided in this webinar to take better decisions regarding admission. So once again, I'm obliged and indeed gratitude for your valuable time. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.